Hello, I'm Amari Jones and welcome to Caffeine TV, your daily video news brief, here to take you through 3 headline numbers in just 3 minutes, giving you a different take on everything from housing policy to the Real Housewives. I wonder how many people can say that with me by now. The first number up today is 17, as in 17 years old. That's the age of the youngest person ever to receive the Nobel Peace Prize. It was announced today that person, Malala Yousafzai, would share that award with Kailash Satyarti. Now, Malala is the 17-year-old Pakistani girl who was shot 2 years ago in the head by the Taliban for advocating the education of girls, namely that girls should be able to read. She was airlifted to London, where she fought for her life, and then she since turned that tragedy into a global campaign to fight for the education of girls everywhere. And she's done so inspirationally. She said that, in fact, what left her the day that she was shot were weakness, hopelessness, and fear, and that if the gun that was used to shoot her were in front of her, and that if her attacker were the same in front of her, that she wouldn't shoot him because she wouldn't want him to suffer. Now, one, she ought to be in a pulpit on Sunday because she can clearly preach, and secondly, that's why she won the award, quite clearly. And Mr. Satyarti won the Peace Prize because he's spent his entire life dedicated to fighting against child trafficking, and I think there are 10 or 12 million kids in India that are trafficked and or enslaved, and he's fought for their rights and those around the world. So the both of them together show us all that there are people who wake up every day and work to make this world a better place, and who wouldn't want to get them a prize, the biggest prize around, and that's the Nobel. The next number up today is 37, speaking of people who wake up and do the opposite of what those 2 Nobel Prize recipients do. That's the number of days that Jong Un, 37, since he's been seen in public, poof, gone, vanished. Nobody knows where he is. Now, it's kind of important that we know where he is because North Korea is a country where, one, the United States is still technically at war, where there are 20,000 troops on the border with North Korea and South Korea with guns pointed towards the north, and which has nukes that can hit the western part of the United States. So we kind of need to know where he is. And there are all sorts of rumors. Is he dead? Is he sick? Is he in jail? Has he become a cast member of The Walking Dead? Well, any of those, well, the first 3 are possible because he has lots of enemies. Apparently, he had his uncle killed for trying to mount a coup against him and fed to the dogs. So hopefully, Mr. Jong Un will reappear sometime soon, or North Korea will have to go back on our long list of things to worry about in 2014, and we're trying to take things off because we already got Ebola and ISIS and a whole bunch of other stuff, Mariah Carey, and Nick Cannon, so hopefully he'll reappear. The next number up today is 17, as in 17 million. That's the number of people, including me, who'll be watching The Walking Dead this Sunday when it premieres. We'll see where Rick and Michonne and Daryl are and how they're doing. Now, I've had a long fascination with why we're all fascinated with The Walking Dead. And I remember that it premiered during the height of the Great Recession, where an apocalyptic idea became reality for so many people. There were 30 million people that lost their homes and millions of people that lost their jobs, and all of that happened in a matter of months. It happened fast, and so something like The Walking Dead, where the whole world collapses, is not unimaginable. So the next time you're tweeting on Twitter about Walking Dead, or talking about Walking Dead on Facebook, which I do, and all those people say, oh, get off of Twitter, get off of Facebook, we don't want to hear about The Walking Dead, just tell them to be quiet, because we're still working out our post-traumatic stress syndrome from the recession, and it's cheaper than a therapist.